Today I'm going to show you guys how to get the Nimbus Rod in Terraria. And the Nimbus Rod is available when it's raining. So whenever you have a rainy day, you can go and do this job. Now, you technically don't need a mob farm for this, but the reason why I have a mob farm on my screen here is because it's made out of corruption blocks. And if I am making it out of corruption blocks, and I'm going to use those corruption blocks to increase the spawn rate of the Nimbuses, the Nimbus clouds that are going to spawn and hopefully give me the Nimbus Rod. Nimbus Rod's quite useful. It can spawn pretty much a little cloud that goes above the enemy and rains on top of them, doing a lot of damage. And it's great if you just want a little bit of extra damage on enemies that don't move very much. For example, Golem. And literally all you have to do is kill these little clouds, until they drop the Nimbus Rod. And they are quite damaging, so be careful standing underneath them. They spawn everywhere in the world, as long as you're on the surface, apart from the snow biome. So every other biome except for the snow biome. I would highly doubt it if they spawned during a sandstorm, during the desert sandstorm, but I'm not 100% sure if they do spawn every now and then. And we already have the Nimbus Rod right here, so you guys can use the rest of this video just as a bit of background noise while you try and farm it yourselves. And try not to waste rain or rainy days in Terraria. Rainy days are not very common, and you are going to want to do one of three things when you get a rainy day. Try and get the Nimbus Rod if you don't already have one. Get some water leaf seeds if you don't already have some. You get those from the desert itself, and you can put those into your own little plant farm, and you can get more seeds back when it's raining. And you also want to fish a lot during the rainy days. So rainy days are one of those things in Terraria that are not common enough, and when they do happen, most people are in the middle of doing something else, so they don't end up using them to their full advantage. By the way, for this I'd recommend crafting some battle potions to increase the spawn rate of the Nimbus clouds, and you need rotten chunks and death weeds for that. They're pretty easy to make. You should have them on you at all times anyway, just in case you ever need them. And yeah, just make a bunch of those so that you can increase the spawn rate. Use water candles as well to increase the spawn rate of the Nimbus clouds. And pretty much just try and kill them until they drop. The Nimbus Rod isn't that bad of a drop in terms of drop rate. I have a lot worse that I've had to make videos about that take hours for the item to drop, and you have no idea how long it takes just waiting until that damn thing drops so I can make a bloody video about it. So I got really lucky here where the Nimbus Rod dropped pretty much straight away. And you don't have any idea how easy it is to spend 2 or 3 hours grinding. Actually, I'm talking to Terraria viewers and Terraria players. Of course, you know what it's like in Terraria. As soon as you want an item, you never get the drop. As soon as you don't need it anymore, you get tons of them. It's always the way it works. So anyway, as I said, you have your little mob farm here. Because the Nimbus clouds don't go into the lava, you're not really looking to use the mob farm itself to farm the item. You're looking for the corruption blocks, because corruption is going to increase the spawn rate. Now, if you make this corruption area next to the dungeon, you're going to mostly get normal enemies, even though you're technically in the corruption. So, as you can see, I'm getting Nimbus clouds and I'm getting slimes. And that's because I'm right next to the dungeon and doing this. If I was anywhere else, I'd probably be getting a lot of the corruption enemies. Anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know. Best of luck with your Nimbus Rod. Thank you very much for watching, and ta-ta!